Are you someone who's sworn off Elden Ring after trying to play it once, but then getting invaded in the first area for no goddamn reason, while trying to summon your best friend who has the shittiest internet fucking imaginable? Well then, this is the guide for you. This is going to be my Elden Ring beginner's guide. So, classes, I kind of like the Naked Man. The Vagabond's pretty standard for like any melee build imaginable though, so pick that one. None of these matter. Keepsake, Golden Seed for sure. You get one extra heal at the start of the game. Template, I have always liked the Seafarer because it's just kind of cool. But I mean, just pick one, I guess. Skip cutscenes, we don't need story. Immediately go in, unequip the weapon you don't care for. For me, that's the long sword. For you, it might be the halberd. I don't judge. Anyway, just run through this area. There's nothing fucking here anyways. Just a bunch of people dicking around. Run over here. You might need to wait for this guy to spawn in for sure before you do this, but otherwise, once the health bar pops up, suicide. Because it doesn't matter if you live or die, the cutscene happens all the same. And there you go. Skip the tutorial. No one fucking needs that. Run through this place. There's like nothing here. Take the grace at least. Grab the multiplayer items you'll never use, because, I mean, you're not casual, right? Come through here. Refocus your fucking camera. Go to this side of grace. Ignore the tutorials. We don't need those where we're going. Sorry, those are my fingers. Anyway, go to your flask, add a charge from your golden seed, allocate your flask charge. You're not some dirty magic user, you're into that fucking blue shit. In fact, just take that off the hotbar. Gone. I'm still fat rolling. If you don't like fat rolling, take off the gloves. Anyway, we'll just run here, sprint past that guy. You know, we don't like him. And grab whatever this is. Nice golden rune too, that's perfect. Use that as you're walking through the church door. And take that right over to my man, Santa Claus. Purchase the crafting kit, essential item. Skip the tutorials because they don't matter. Grab the smithing stone 1. That's not enough to actually upgrade your weapon at this point, but I mean, at least they gave it to you. Sit at this side of grace for no real reason, I guess. Now run back over this way. You can test your new weapon on this guy. Yeah, look at that skill. Grab some crafting materials, because crafting is fun. It's like Minecraft, but Elden Ring. Take this side of grace, and you want to sit down here to meet a special someone. Skip the dialogue, we don't care about dialogue. Make sure to accept though, if you decline, that's just kind of, you gotta repeat the whole cutscene and all that. It's kind of time loss. Anyway, as you can see, you have the spectral steed whistle. First thing you want to do, go to the menu, put it in your quick pouch. That's the only place it should ever go. Look how easy that is to use at any time. You don't have to flip through your hotbar items. No reason to put it in the hotbar ever. Anyways, keep going this way. Grab whatever graces you want on the way, because why not? Skip Bach. No one cares about his quest. Alright, don't come here at nighttime or else, you know, there'll just be a boss hanging around. And he's pretty tough right now, so you'll just have to run from him anyways. Alright, come over here, pick up this grace for future usage. I'm not going to use it again, but you might. Come over this way. Grab some of these bad boys. Grab that grease. We're all about grease here. Ignore Kenneth Height. He has a cool questline, I just don't care about him that much. Sneak past this giant on horseback because he's deaf. Fail anyways, but it doesn't matter because we're in church. And he is a Christian who will not hurt you inside churches, so that's good. Grab the Sacred Tear by Marika. Grab your Wondrous Physic, cause it's cool. Sit at the Grace. First you want to mix that Physic so you don't forget to, restores half your total HP. You're going to increase the amount replenished by your flask. Boom. Just like that. You're going to get back on your horse and go back out this way. Ignore all the bears. They will just destroy you because they're bears. After you grab the map though, you want to remember this place. And then the minor tree here. You just want to kind of go around it until you find this little thing. That spike cracked in that green spilled here and a tarnished golden sunflower, because why not? Everybody needs a little sun in their life. And then you just kind of wander around here. I don't exactly remember the way I'm going, but I'll probably find it eventually. Oh, there we go. You'll take this bad boy up. And come right over here. If you ever plan on using magic, this is the place to remember. I don't feel like fighting the boss right now that's guarding her, but you know, come around here somewhere. Go down those stairs, fight a boss. You can find a magic tutor. Anyways, don't fail to make those jumps like me. That's kind of embarrassing. Go down here, skip past all these guys. Find the road again. Boom, sit down at this grace. Mix that Wondrous Physic again. You just got the green spill crystal tear, which will temporarily boost your stamina and mix physic. What that actually means is that when you use it, your stamina bar will slightly increase. So that way you'll have more stamina to use. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. Anyway, go back down here. We're gonna upgrade your flask a bit more. Basically any church you find will have a Sacred Tear in it. And a Sacred Tear will boost the recovery of your flask. So it'll heal you more or give you more FP. Dang. Don't let that happen to you. Or that. Jeez. I'm fucking noob at this game. Damn. You want to make a stop like halfway. Grab this smithing stone 1. And then there's another stop. Oh, it's right back here. Right here for a stone sword key. We will be using that later. Anyway, take this side of grace. Now if you want to learn a secret little trick, grab this morning star out of here. We will come back to that later. Anyways, if you want to, you can go that way for a pretty cool side area. It can get you some pretty nice early levels, but we're gonna take the other path. Anyway, here's our next church. As per usual, grab that Sacred Tear, sit at the grace and use it right away so you don't forget about it, because I've done that before. You can also talk to Melina if you want for like lore, but this isn't a story game. Who needs lore? And we'll come back down here and head this way now. This is another spot to remember for later. It contains something for quest line, so that's cool. But we're not doing quest lines here. We don't like story in our games. Anyway, here's our next church. Just run past those guys. They're like yellow and shit, so who cares about them? I don't mean that in a racist way. I mean it in a different way. Anyway, we can pop that. Now we have a tier, whatever they're called, a flask plus 3. That's pretty good for early game. That could probably heal your entire health bar. I think we're pretty much done here though, so you can return to the Church of Ella. And here you will meet the best character in the game, and she will give you the best item in the game. Spirit Calling Bell. And your summons will also go in your quick pouch on the left side. When you do use summons, you want to use the actual like ashes and not the Spirit Calling Bell. Like the bell won't actually do. The bell isn't an item you actually use. It's the ashes of the spirit you want to summon that you use. So keep that in mind. Anyway, once you're done there, you'll come back down this way. Just kind of fall down some rocks. Just kind of hug this wall for a little while. Don't go under there. There's a crab and it will fuck you up. And here we have one of the best early game areas in the game. The Limgrave tunnels. Now, tunnels are kind of unique. You'll have to like actually pay attention during the elevators, because as you can see, there's little side areas. So those are definitely important to maximize your item gain as you go throughout the tunnels. But I don't care that much, so I'm gonna skip them for now. Anyways, pick that up because I completely forgot to. That's another summoning item you won't use because you're not a casual. And these guys, they don't like it when you take their smithing stones out in front of them, so they will start aggroing. And some guys like him are just aggro from the start, but I don't really care that much. I'm just gonna steal their stuff anyways. I'm a baller like that. There's a bunch of rats in here, but also a smithing stone, so don't get the plague. Anyways, we will come down here to the elevator. And you'll be taking this one twice, because as you can see, there's the side area. But we don't want to skip out on this area, because it still has important stuff that we want. This part kind of sucks though, I'm going to be honest with you. Because there's dogs and miners. Nobody likes miners. I'm just gonna kind of wait for the other dog to, yeah, there we go. Steal his stuff, come back here, steal that stuff. This part might be a bit of a problem because you kind of backed yourself into a corner willingly, which never really is a good thing. You also can't really hurt those guys very much. Actually, yeah, you can. I'm dumb. We picked up the Morning Star. So, if you want to come through this cave and you're not doing it like right alongside me, pick up the Morning Star, because these guys are extremely weak to blunt damage. They don't really stagger like other enemies, so you do have to be careful when you're attacking. Like I'm not, but you'll at least do damage to them. And they might even drop extra smithing stones. How cool. Anyway, so come back up this elevator, but you want to be prepared to jump off halfway. Right there. This is another area filled with miners. A lot more of them are hostile off the bat, so be careful. Like that guy. But other than that, just do typical things. Just come through here, steal their shit, run away. I don't know if this one has a side area, but there are extra items you can pick up if you drop down here. Like a golden rune 1 and a somber smithing stone 1, which is a separate type of smithing stone. There's 2 types of smithing stones. There's regular and there's the white somber ones. The somber smithing stones are for special weapons. Whereas for normal weapons, you need like multiple smithing stones to get up to certain levels. Like if we go here, smithing stone 1 will reinforce armaments up to +3. Whereas the smithing stone, the somber smithing stones just do 1 for each level of smithing stone. The trade-off then is that regular weapons go up to +25, whereas somber only go up to +10. Most people do prefer somber weapons just because the upgrade materials are easier to get. Like, you don't have to hunt down 12 of each level of smithing stone to upgrade your weapon, unlike somber ones. But regular weapons can be fun too, so don't feel like you have to be stuck into using a somber weapon. Anyways, you don't have to kill this guy. We only came here for the smithing stones. And he can be a bit tough, as you can see. But you do get to summon. So whip out those puppies you got earlier. And just attack me at the opportunity. Whenever you see him wind up an attack, just run away. Make sure to use the Morning Star too, because he's also weak to striking damage. You might want to use lock-on for these guys. I personally don't actually like using lock-on for giants because it gets you stuck at this awkward angle when you're up close. But I also play a lot of Monster Hunter, so I'm used to not locking on to things, if that makes sense. I'm getting my ass beat here. Damn, that was an AoE. Anyways, we don't need those runes when you think about it, but there's always a stake America if you want to try again. I'll try again for the sake of the video, but don't feel like you have to. And whenever you stagger enemies like this, just find the glowing spot and press R1 by it to do a little special attack animation. Now watch out for that attack, because there's 2 parts. If you get hit by it, just stay on the ground, honestly. But there we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And if you do fight him, you can use this little droplet thing here to return yourself right to the start of the cave. Very useful, because in caves you can't actually fast travel out of them. You have to go back to the entrance before you're allowed to fast travel again. Anyways, once you do that, there's an item I missed, so you'll go back to gate front. Well, when I go back here anyways, but there is another item you want to get. It is very important. Come down here, just kind of run past all the enemies. We don't care about those guys. Come around here, find this little cave. Take the contents of this, you will find the Ash of War Storm Stomp and the Whetstone Knife. What this allows you to do is change the Ashes of War on your weapon. The Ashes of War are the skills you get when you hold down L2. Like for mine right now is Kick, very useful. But you can change it to other Ashes of War that you find throughout. Like you can either pick them up as items, you get them from defeating certain enemies, you can get them by trading in your boss souls for certain ashes of war, etc., etc. And you can then sit down at your bonfire, or you can go to the blacksmith, change your ash of war, you find your weapon, change whatever you want. We'll go Storm Stomp. And you can also, with those certain whetstone knives, you can grant different affinities. What those do is they change the scaling of your weapon. For example, standard will keep it how it normally is. Quality will make it so that it scales off of both strength and dexterity pretty evenly. You have heavy for just strength, you have keen for just dex. There's intelligence options, there's faith options, there are arcane options. There's an option for at least every stat in the game. So that's another way to customize your build if you so choose to. But once you're done here, let's go this way for now. You can just run past all these guys, they don't really matter that much. You want to grab this golden seed here, that's another heal. Eventually, they do start costing 2 or even 3 golden seeds to upgrade, but for now, you know, just 1 golden seed is 1 extra heal, so definitely pick those up whenever you see those trees. We'll take this side of Grace, and we'll come over here. I believe this is a smithing stone. Oh, another stone sword key, very useful. And you'll talk to the best girl in the game. And you'll just keep talking to her. She'll give you her jellyfish. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's really tanky. It can poison enemies too, so might as well. Once you're done there, you'll go down this way. I think my Dark Souls video was a lot more concise than this, but it kind of just is like a nice little laundry list of things to do whenever you start a game. I can see someone complaining about it, but I don't mind too much. Because you don't always have to do all of it if you don't want to, but doing it this way you'll get a pretty good set of stuff to start the game with, nice and easy. Anyways, I'm kind of lost, but you'll come down here eventually. Once you find this, you'll know you're on the right path. You just sprint through everything here, we don't care. If you want to, you can go up these steps here to find a very fun character. It's a big old jar that talks somehow. As you can see, he's stuck. He uses a stepper to help him out, if you know what I mean. And just like that, there he is, the best character in the game. He gives you some flesh, because that's cool. You'll see him again as you progress through the game. So it is definitely important that you save him here, or else he won't show up anywhere else in the game. He'll be stuck in that hole forever. Anyway, just run right past here. Grab some more smithing stones that we don't actually need at this point. This merchant right here, very important merchant. He sells drip. You don't have to buy it now, but just keep that in mind. Anyways, we're going to take this side of Grace. There will be a boss down here, but I'm not actually going to fight him yet. You probably can. Like, he's not that hard if you just, like, run around all his attacks on horseback. He's not actually that bad, but there is just one specific item that I'm going after here. So feel free to fight him if you choose. We don't feel pressured to. What we want is right over here. Sometimes we see these little imp statues in a fog wall. What you have to do is interact with them and use one of those stone sword keys that we picked up earlier. You'll lose it, but you'll gain access to the area. And this one holds a very nice talisman. You'll just run past all the turtles. If you hit any of them, you're a heartless monster. Raid this chest here, and boom, the green turtle talisman. This is like the grass crest shield of Dark Souls 1. It will increase the rate at which your stamina recovers. Very useful. You can use it throughout pretty much the entire game if you want to. But once you're done here, you'll want to go back. If you go back this way, you can go back to Margaret or whatever, but you know, I talked about a little special trick you can do with that Morning Star I'm using, so how about we look into that now? So you want to go back to the church where you first found the Wonders Physic at, this Third Church of America. Right, and you'll just kind of go out here into the forest area off to the side. And hidden in some bushes, you'll find this really cool little thingy-mabobber. So interact with that. What harm could it do? And boom, you're instantly transported to Ohio. Ha ha ha, very funny joke. Please laugh. Anyway, open up these doors. Oh, this is actually twofold purpose. Trifold purpose. If you fought that guy at the Summon Water Village, you can actually give the item he drops to him. He will reward you for it. But we're just here for the side of grace. We're not going to sit down at it yet, because if you do, Melina will take you to the round table hold, which is something useful that we do want. So you can always just sit down there if you want. I just don't want to do that right now because it's a cutscene, and I'd have to teleport back here, and I'm lazy. Anyways, after that, we'll come back down here and grab this golden seed. And you want to be careful in this area because everything will instantly kill you. This is pretty much an end game area that we're in right now. So bear that in mind. We're going to take this side of grace as well. There is a certain area we want to go to by that tree right there. There's a very particular enemy that can be cheesed with a very particular weapon that we are holding in our hands. Watch out for this guy, though. You'll also want to watch out for this guy here. If you try to give him a wide arc, he'll probably ignore you. But what you want to do is you want to come back around to the back of this tree and take this little air gust up. And you want to watch out because there are sleeping dragons around here. I just kind of stay around the cliffside and go right over to this fort here. This actually does hold an important progression item. So you can go get that if you want. But we're here for that thing. Actually, here I will sit at the side of grace to show you that Melina will take you to the round table hold. She'll do this whenever you sit at a side of grace that isn't in Limgrave. So we'll just do it while we're here. I'll just say yes because you can't say anything but yes in that cutscene. You'll touch the pretty lady. And get teleported. And boom, this is the round table hold, kind of like the hub area. You can explore around if you want, do whatever. I have never done this guy's quest line. I don't even know who he's talking about, to be honest with you. So that's cool. If you want to upgrade any of the weapons you have, you can talk to this guy. He's like the best character in the game. You have strength and armament. You can do whatever here. You've picked up enough smithing stones by now to upgrade any weapon you want to +3. Well, any regular weapon you want to +3. So that can be one of the weapons you started with. It could be another weapon that you pick up along the way. I don't judge. But once you're done with that, you'll go back to Fort Faroth. That's where we just were. And back here is a gimmick boss. This big old dragon, right? What you're supposed to do is there's a bunch of like other dragons kind of sleeping around her. Like we might be able to see one over here. There's a bunch of like other dragons that you're supposed to kill, right? And every time you kill one of those dragons, it'll actually take a chunk off of her health bar. But we don't want to do that because we can't. So what we do is we take our little morning star here, right? And we just kind of find a spot on the back of her tail and just start smacking away. Now you'll notice we're not exactly doing the most damage, right? But our morning star has a special property. You see down there at the bottom in the middle, causes bleed loss buildup, or blood loss buildup. So if we just keep whacking away at this tail here, this will take a while, yes. As you can see, we just did 13,000 damage. That was the bleed proccing. So basically what you want to do is just sit here and keep smacking away at this tail for a while. It will take a while. It will take several minutes probably. But you get like 50k runes from it. Oh, and she's gone. I must not have done it right. Never mind. Don't do that. It doesn't work. So just consider that a one-time rune boost, I guess. Now you can sit here and level up, but there is one thing I want to grab real quick for me purposes. So I'm gonna go do that real quick. And this actually might be useful to you as well. There is a very nice item here that isn't just what I'm grabbing. So we kind of walk towards the church here. You'll notice a little shack off to the side. Just kind of go down here. There it is. Sometimes you'll just find shacks out in the world that have merchants in them. Some have paintings that if you find the area of the painting, you'll get a reward for it. Yeah, others have Roderica in them. Just the one, but you know, shacks are pretty cool. This guy is also pretty cool because he sells you the lantern, which is like a torch, but you don't actually have to hold it, and the Zweihander, which I don't even have to explain the usefulness of that one. Oh, it's a smithing stone too. That'll upgrade your weapon to +6, so might as well buy some of those. That means we'll be able to get a weapon to +4 now. We'll return to the Table of Lost Grace to cash in on all our upgrades. Switch over to that Zweihander right now. We'll need 19 strength for it. We'll get that in just a second. Get rid of that. We'll go over to Hugh. You could level up right away if you want to use all those runes to level up. I just don't feel like getting runes for these other things, so I'm just gonna use part of the souls on that. But even at 65k souls, that's still plenty. Oh yeah, we did pick up that golden seed, I forgot. Anyway, you won't quit out of the menu prematurely. You'll go to level up, and I'm going to get enough strength to use my Zweihander. And then my recommendation, honestly, just pump up vigor to like at least 20 something. I'm just gonna go all the way to 30 because why not? I don't feel like I need endurance that much. But yeah, you can choose to spread it out. I'd recommend going hard into vigor because, I mean, even if you don't deal the most damage, if you can at least survive long enough, that, you know, that balances out in the end. And then I'm gonna get enough strength to use my weapon and a little bit of endurance because why not? And boom, there we go. We're now like level 31 at the beginning of the game, and we have a +4 weapon. So we'll go right back here to the shack, and fuck it, let's kill Margit. Anyways, we're gonna summon up Rogier, because we can, and he's pretty cool. I like him. And we'll just walk through here. Skip Margit's trash talk, because I can't be bothered. Run away a bit. Use that jellyfish. Honestly, you just kind of wait for them to take aggro. And just kind of get some pot shots in. Don't stand the attack, so that's kind of stupid. Alright, watch out. Whenever you're behind him, he'll do that tail spin. Make sure to heal up when you get the good opportunity like that. That whiffed entirely. Well, phase 2. That is one nice thing about heavier weapons. They're, you know, definitely a lot slower. You don't have as many attack opportunities. But if you can get those staggers in, that's big damage right there. Oof. And just like that, bam. Oh, we got the poison. He's dead here. He's not coming back from that. Boom. And there we go. That's Elden Ring in 50 minutes. Satisfaction guaranteed or your watch time back.